Hey, it's Luke, and in today's video, we're gonna talk about the best supplements for deep sleep. And in case you haven't heard my story, I used to suffer from really bad insomnia, literally up until 6 a.m. in the morning. I was a complete night owl, like struggling really hard, trying really hard to correct my sleep. And I went through a massive shift. Today I wake up at 6:30 a.m. naturally without the alarm clock, have been for a long time now, many years, and basically corrected some terrible insomnia. So when it comes to reversing insomnia or dealing with sleep issues, I've had a personal journey where I've gone through some terrible stuff and come out on the other side. So trust me, I know what sleep supplements work. I know which ones don't work. So we're gonna address that in this video. And if you've been having trouble sleeping, hopefully this can correct some of that for you. So the first supplement you should know about is called Phenibut. And Phenibut is similar to GABA, which if you're not familiar, it is the neurotransmitter in our brains that's associated with feelings of chill. Phenibut was developed in Russia in the 1960s and has since been clinically used to relieve tension, fear, anxiety, PTSD, depression, and insomnia. It's also used to enhance intellectual function in various mental disorders. All of these are approved uses in Russia, but not yet in the United States. So I'm gonna list off some of the benefits of Phenibut. And as I do, just keep in the back of your mind, there are some serious drawbacks as well. Me personally, I actually use Phenibut every single day and have for many years, although I do take some time off because of these drawbacks. So keep in mind they're coming. But let's dive into the benefits first. One, cognitive enhancement. Phenibut is considered a nootropic, a cognitive enhancer that increases motivation, memory, attention, and concentration. In a clinical trial of 62 people with chronic anxiety, phobia, and cognitive impairment, Phenibut improved attention, memory, and emotional intelligence in 73% of the cases. Two, it reduces anxiety and aggression. So Phenibut reduced anxiety in 79% of the cases in a clinical trial of 62 people with anxiety and chronically reduced brain blood flow. At the same time, Phenibut reduced fatigue, improved sleep, and energy levels. Three, chronic fatigue syndrome improvements. So Phenibut reduced fatigue by 30 to 50% in most cases in a clinical trial of 53 people with chronic fatigue and poor brain blood flow. Now, I'll link to the article down below so you can do some further exploration into the benefits of Phenibut, but my personal experience is that when I track my sleep using an Oura ring or the Dream headband, my deep sleep, my slow wave sleep increases personally for about 10 or 15, sometimes 20% more than the nights that I do not use Phenibut. It, for me, directly impacts my deep sleep, my slow wave sleep, that sleep where my body is repairing itself. And it is so significant that it's almost crazy for me personally not to take it. Quick backstory on how I came across Phenibut. Well, it was around the time when I first got into biohacking. I had tried Bulletproof coffee, the butter coffee, for the first time several weeks earlier. And at the time, Dave Asprey of Bulletproof Labs, he had a supplement called GABA Wave. And it had Phenibut in it with something else I can't recall. But I took it for the first time and I had this incredible euphoria, this incredible clarity of mind wash over me within about 15 or 20 minutes of taking this thing. And it felt so good and I felt so like myself for the first time in such a long time. My social anxiety was gone. That night I slept like a baby. I woke up feeling refreshed and I realized whatever was in this Phenibut stuff, my brain liked it. My brain needed it. And I went on to do some further exploration. I found out I was deficient in GABA. I did some neurotransmitter testing and found out that for some reason, my body wasn't making its own GABA, wasn't handling the precursors in my food to produce its own GABA properly. And basically it's been something that I've supplemented with ever since. So now let's talk about the drawbacks of Phenibut, the possible side effects, because I'm obviously a huge cheerleader for it. I'm a daily user of it. I like it. I'm biased. So let's read out what somebody else wrote about the drawbacks, and then I'll tell you about the personal side effects I've experienced as a Phenibut user. Phenibut can be toxic in high doses. The side effects include headaches, low blood pressure, and increased heart rate, loss of consciousness, sedation and sleepiness, agitation, excessive muscle relaxation or tremors, hallucinations, nausea and vomiting, tolerance, and serotonin syndrome. And if you don't know what that is, look it up. Scary thing. So if you get that, it's no bueno. Personally, I have not experienced any of the things that I've listed out, although I do not take Phenibut at high doses. The dose that I personally take, and this is not a medical recommendation for you, this is simply my experience, I take 250 milligrams per day at night, and sometimes I'll take 250 milligrams in the morning if I'm going to try to relieve some social anxiety or improve my focus while, let's say, I'm making videos or something like that. At 250 milligrams per day, when I stop, I do not notice much on the withdrawal. If anything, I'm slightly less relaxed, kind of like if you're used to a regular drinking habit of having a glass of wine in the evening. Well, the night that you don't have that glass of wine, you'll miss it slightly, but it's not gonna wreck your night. If you're used to taking 2, 3, 4 glasses of wine per night and you skip a night, you're really gonna miss it. And this has been my personal experience with Phenibut. I have experimented with higher doses, let's say 500 milligrams or 750 milligrams per night. On the days that I skip after going on those higher doses for a couple days in a row, I do experience withdrawal symptoms. It's agitation, it's irritability, it's trouble falling asleep, staying asleep, waking up in the middle of the night. Phenibut does have serious withdrawal kickbacks if you're at those higher doses. And I'm sure this is not medical advice, but I'm sure that some people will probably have pretty serious kickbacks on the lower doses as well. So it's not safe for me to tell you that, at the lower doses you're safe. Some people, everybody's brain chemistry is different. They'll react differently. Me personally, 250 milligrams, I can skip days, skip weeks, whatever, it's fine. In essence, what I want this video to be is an invitation to you to do some further exploration into Phenibut and the other supplements that we're gonna cover in this video series. This is part 1 of the video series here where I'm introducing you to some uncommon supplements that will enhance your deep sleep, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you haven't already, check out our lion's mane mushroom extract, which will actually help you increase your REM sleep. Maybe you already know, maybe you don't, but in sleep there's 4 major stages that doctors refer to, and 2 of those are the deep wave sleep and the REM sleep. Deep wave sleep is where your body restores. REM sleep is where you dream and also consolidate your memories, get smarter. So both are needed in proper quantities to get a deep restorative sleep where you wake up feeling refreshed. Well, lion's mane mushroom extracts are a great way to enhance your REM sleep. So go check out our lion's mane mushroom extract over on lionsmaneextracts.com. Grab a bottle of your own, enhance your REM sleep, and eliminate brain fog naturally. So that's what lion's mane mushroom extracts do. They help you unlock mental clarity by increasing your nerve growth factor, which we'll get into that topic in another video. But stay tuned. If this is your first time, go ahead and subscribe so you can get the part 2 of this video series. I'll give you a little spoiler. We're gonna talk about melatonin, not straight up, but melatonin combined with some other things that can really enhance your REM sleep as well. So we're gonna get this sleep thing covered. So hang on, subscribe, and I'll see you soon.